Good morning. It is a rainy Thursday morning here in Jasper, Alabama. Live and now with James Phillips on the air here on WJLX. This morning we're kind of a part two from yesterday, I guess, because yesterday we talked about holiday movies with my wife Andrea, and today we're going to talk about holiday memories, like Christmas memories that we have. I had put on Facebook page that if you guys had any memories to send them over to kind of get us in the thought process of our memories too. And we had several good ones. I'll read some of those off in a little bit. But Andrea, good morning. You're looking beautiful today in your fuzzy sweater.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great Thursday morning.
You seem a little slow there.
I'm sorry. I was trying to listen to myself.
No, don't listen. Don't listen. It'll throw
I'm
you
going
off.
to take them off because I was listening to myself.
I just put them on for a minute so I can make sure that I hear you good.
I think I was waiting to hear my voice on the headphones.
Yeah. And there's a little delay sometimes until I change it over. So this morning so far it's been not as cold as I thought. When I was in the house, I thought it was going to be freezing outside, but it's rainy and dreary out there, and
Yeah.
we need a little Christmas
I'd rather
spirit.
have the cold than the rainy dreariness right now.
Yeah, me too. But you've already taken children to school this morning, and I saw you wrapping some presents or putting things together.
Yeah, teacher's presents.
Yeah, getting ready for all that good stuff.
Yeah, I think, everybody's like last minute dashing to get like teacher's presents and just those early presents that you have to give, like early Christmas party presents. And everybody's just out trying to get those last minute things done.
Oh yeah, you were out last night. When you came to the coaches show with us that we did with Crawfish Warehouse, and then you went out to TJ Maxx and a couple of local spots to get a few things. Mm-hmm. Took the girls with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're about tired of Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
They'd been earlier that day with your mom, so they were Christmas shopped out.
So I'm gonna let you start it off. We were going to talk about Christmas memories. What realm do you want to start in? Like when we did the thing on Facebook early this morning, it seems like everybody's kind of going straight to gifts.
Straight to gifts.
And so some of the best memories that people have are some of their either favorite gifts or the gifts that they wanted that they never got. So what's one of yours that involves gifts as far as, or even like sneaking to get gifts and things like that? Like, is that a big memory?
Yeah. One of my big things was my mom came up with this idea to do, that Santa Claus was going to do that year, a scavenger hunt. And so from the tree, we went from different places and found notes that would send us to other places to find different gifts all throughout the house. And the last one was a clue to go out, look outside. And when we went to look outside, we saw there was a trampoline. And we thought, how in the world could Santa put together a trampoline in the middle of the night? And I don't know how they got that done, but I know my grandfather had something to do with that.
You think so? He helped Santa Claus?
Oh, yeah. He helped Santa Claus a lot.
Well, Santa's fast at putting well, I guess really it's the elves that put the toys together, but
Yeah.
he probably had several elves working on that.
Probably
that
so. And, elves help to get it done fast.
Because I know Santa has gotten our kids, I think it was Santa, it may have been a birthday present, but they've had a trampoline before.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of elves to put it together.
Yeah. And it's different once you become parents, and Christmas takes on a different role.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I've had more fun as a parent than as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Well, I know because you're not the one that stays up late wrapping and putting everything out.
Well, that would make it even less fun for me because I'm not a good rapper. One, I am a good rapper if we're talking about like trying to imitate like Dr. Dre or something, but I'm not a good rapper when it comes to wrapping presents. It's terrible.
No.
And I would never buy wrapping paper. I would have just used newspaper.
Your purely gift bag is the only thing I've ever known you to wrap anything in.
Yeah, and it could be just the bag that the store.
It's usually just the bag the store has. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you bought it in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, people don't know that about me. I don't like having you on here because you tell the bad things about me.
Well, I know several bad things about you.
This is A+ James on the radio.
I know. I'll be for real with everybody. Be honest.
Well, And I like giving gifts, but I don't like the wrapping and stuff like that. It's all about what the thought process I put in to what I'm giving somebody, not the shiny stuff around the outside of it.
See, I like to see the shiny stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you first put your eyes on a present, I want it to be like appealing. So you're already in a good mood when you're like opening it up to see what it is.
I just want to know what's in there. I remember as a kid, like, I would shake a present or like, I would hope that somebody accidentally poked a little hole in the wrapping.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd get my eyeball up in there and just really look at it and stuff. I never opened things because I knew I couldn't get it back to how it looked.
Yeah.
There was no way I could do that.
No, you couldn't.
But I could shake it and I could tell if it was something heavy, or if you could hear parts moving around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd try to guess, what could it be? Is this what I wanted? Most of the time it probably wasn't what I wanted, but I'm still shaking it to see,
What was some of your worst Christmas presents?
Oh, I don't know. My poor dad, he, this is our first Christmas without him, and I probably won't get a bad present this year. But as a kid, I mean, he always now Mom would go do the shopping, and she'd make sure that whatever.
That's why I shop for the Christmas presents. You don't shop for Christmas
whatever
presents.
us kids wanted, Mom would make sure that we kind of got at least in the realm of what we wanted. We didn't have a lot of money and things growing up, but we got, we got a lot of stuff. And but Dad would be more like, it was always going to be something that you would use. It wasn't, he wasn't too into the toys usually. I mean, he knew I was a big action figure fan growing up, but he let Mom and everybody else get that stuff. And then as I got older, Dad's going to buy me either a pack of batteries or
tires.
Yeah, he got me some tires one year, which was very needed.
Yeah.
Very needed, but it was always things that were usable like that. And then, he made sure that our stockings, he would kind of put stuff in the stockings, and he would put some things that he knew none of us wanted, but it was the stuff that he always said, well, this is what I got when I was a kid. So there was going to be an orange in there. Yeah. There was going to be an apple. There was usually some walnuts, but not already cracked walnuts.
No.
And if you can find a nutcracker around anybody's house, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And spare change. Like, I'm talking pennies and nickels and dimes
oh my goodness,
would be in the bottom of that stocking.
See, we had the stocking just like that with the apples, oranges, and walnuts with no cracker. And then I don't remember, we didn't have change, I don't think, though. But usually we'd have like a candy cane and some kind of peppermint candy in there too.
Yeah, my dad probably put butterscotch in there just because he knew we didn't like it. And some things you never knew with him if he was doing it because he was just messing with you. Because like with me and the kids and our kids, they know when I'm messing around with them. But with my dad, nobody would ever know that he was messing with them.
No.
They just thought he was really doing it. But most of the time, he was doing things to aggravate people.
Yeah.
He was just real sly about it.
Yeah.
Now,
but stockings have changed drastically since we were young.
Well, yeah, now stockings cost more than gifts.
Yeah. Like people get like really nice presents put in their stockings.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think I would get underwear in my stocking sometimes. Socks. Yeah. I mean, that was on a good Christmas.
Yeah.
You get the underwear and the socks. And thankfully, my parents didn't write my name on the band. Some people did that. In school, you'd see James across the underwear band if they're poking out of the blue jeans. You don't ever want that. In thinking about Dad, one of my biggest memories is that I guess I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, and Santa Claus came to our house on Christmas Eve. Now, Santa Claus looked raggedy, but he had a Santa outfit on. And at that point in time, Santa Claus was not very large either, but his outfit was much larger than he. And so he came in, and he had the roughest looking beard ever because it wasn't a real beard, and he was ho-ho-hoing and all that good stuff. And I think he gave out a few presents. I don't remember a lot of it, but I think he gave out presents. We had some really good friends of ours there. My parents' best friends, the Robertses, they were there and their children. And Santa stayed, and I think he ate dinner, ate some cookies or something.
He stayed through dinner?
Yeah, it was a good time.
He must not have been Russian.
It was early on Christmas Eve, so I think he was eating at our house before he really took the ride around the globe.
Okay, y'all fueled him up for his
At least that's
work that
what
night.
that's what a little James Phillips said in his head, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Little James Phillips thought much different than most other little children too, though, just like big James Phillips does nowadays.
I can imagine, yes.
And so the only thing I really remember is that when Santa was set to leave, he had this raggedy old bag he'd brought in with him, and he throws it over his shoulder. And we lived in a single wide trailer in Empire, and so there wasn't a chimney to go through or anything. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. We had a chimney. But he went through the front door, and as he goes to step down the steps, he hits the bottom step, and he lets out this loud ho, 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 like Santa's leaving everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he takes a step off that bottom step, Santa's pants go completely to his ankles. And he's wearing tidy whities, which were the same brand and look dingy colored tidy whities that my dad would wear. And Santa scurried to get his pants back up and took off, and they brought the kids back in the house so Santa could find the sleigh wherever it was at and take off. But that was a Christmas memory that I've never forgotten and never will.
Yeah, that's one I would never forget. We had Santa. We caught him on videotape one night. We were taping, catch Santa, in the acts. And then there was Santa. Like, there was a very, small glimpse of Santa in the videotape. So we caught him.
What did he look like Santa? Did he have a Santa outfit on, or did you just see some hands?
You really couldn't tell. You heard some scurrying around, and maybe a hand, something that resembled Santa Claus, and then ho ho ho.
Now, what did Santa eat at your house?
Always eggnog. Eggnog was big, and then usually sugar cookies.
Do you know if the eggnog was spiked with anything?
No.
Oh, I know it wasn't in y'all's house because y'all were some strong Baptists.
Yes.
There wasn't nobody going to.
No,
Y'all went to the back of Green Top.
No spiked eggnog, no.
Yeah. Well, what about, did he eat the cookies?
Yes. Santa ate the cookies.
All of them.
There was not any left on the plate, and then the eggnog was drank.
Wow. Man, Santa gets full and gains some weight on that Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, and still at our house, Santa gets cookies and eggnog.
Yes.
Sometimes the eggnog is laced with whatever might be in the house.
And if there's not eggnog, there's sweet tea.
That's right. Yeah. Well, tea with Splenda because Santa's watching his diabetes.
Yeah.
But they, the cookie, our Santa at our house now, he always leaves a cookie with a bite mark.
Mm-hmm.
That's been his MO.
Yeah.
He's not afraid that the children are going to compare his teeth marks or anything.
And he usually gets the spiced cookies that the kids, they usually go over to their Aunt Gilda's and they make these spice cookies. That's been a recipe that's been in the family for generations, I think.
Yeah.
And then they put the sugar crystals on them, and that's what Santa gets to
Santa likes extra sugar crystals too, because he is watching his diabetes.
You need to keep saying that. Santa's watching his diabetes.
Now, has Santa ever been found at our house? Has anybody ever caught him? I don't remember.
No, and I've always been afraid that the kids were going to wake up and find Santa Claus, but they haven't done it yet.
Well, and usually Santa Claus is putting the gifts out. He don't hit our house usually until really early in the morning.
Yeah, really early in the morning.
I feel like he waits till the last minute to wrap his gifts a lot of times.
Yes, and then Santa is very tired on Christmas Day.
Well, yeah, and that's when the kids wake up early.
Yeah. They wake up too early.
Now, what's some of your other like Christmas memories with the family?
Well, like if you go on like a destination, if you're not going to be home, during Christmas, like what does your family do?
I've never gone on a destination.
You've never been out on a destination?
Oh,
Well, we went and spent the night with my grandparents on Christmas Eve night one night in Coleman.
yeah.
And so we were afraid, Santa wasn't going to know where we were. And so we left a note for Santa at the house telling him where we were going to be. And then he came to my grandparents' house, and then there was snow on the presents. So we know it came from the North Pole.
Was there any snow outside?
There was not any snow outside.
Oh, okay. But it didn't melt on the trip from the North Pole to Alabama?
No, no.
See, little James Phillips would have wondered about that. He was like a Sherlock Holmes when it came to figuring out the Santa Claus stuff.
Yeah, this is very early on, so I wasn't old enough to question.
Yeah.
That came later when I became Sherlock Holmes and detective, and
I came out questioning.
you came out questioning.
Why do we do this? Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
What does this have to do with Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We just took a bunch of traditions and stole them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did. How about one of the things that people also had talked about was food at Christmas time. Is there any certain food that you remember at Christmas time?
I just know our family, at our Christmas party, we only did like appetizers, finger foods, hors d'oeuvres, and there was always some really good ones. I don't know. I always love my Aunt Jan's 7-layer taco dip.
Which is an odd choice for Christmas.
It is, but it's pretty because it's got the lettuce and the tomatoes. And
Yeah, it's festive.
It's pretty, so yeah.
But now my favorite thing ever at your family's gatherings, I've got two that are my favorite things. One is when we were first dating, and we weren't even married. This may have been the first. This was the first Christmas I was dating you.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been 1995.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to the Morrow side of the family.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I did not. This was probably the first time I was meeting any of them because we started dating in like November.
Yeah.
And I think I may have gone to your other side of the family for Thanksgiving that year and may have met your grandfather and grandmother on the other side. But so we're there, and all the food's great. And y'all did finger foods on both sides of the family.
Yes, we always did finger foods.
Always finger foods.
It wasn't ever like a big meal.
Right. And so we're eating and everything, and then we get to dessert, and there is some fudge there that looks delicious. But
it was delicious.
Yeah, it was delicious.
At some point in time.
But so I go around and I get some fudge, and I mean I'm eating it, just eating a lot. I didn't have to worry about diabetes at that point. And I look around at the people, and everybody is staring at me. Like, and not in a good way.
Yeah.
They're all staring like in shock.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm just wolfing down this fudge, and next thing I know, you come over to me and you're like, "You're eating my grandmother's fudge." And I was like, "Yeah, it's delicious. It's really good." And you were like, "No, like, I think that you said there's no telling what's in it."
I think it was like nobody eats the fudge anymore.
Yeah. And like everybody was staring at me like that joker's eating that fudge.
Yeah.
This may be the last time we ever see him. And what was the reason?
Well, my grandmother, she did make fudge really good. She was a great cook, at a certain time.
Right.
And then later on, she started getting dementia and Alzheimer's. And so, you really didn't know what was going to be in the fudge.
Well, and I don't think I had been to their house at that time. And their house, in her older age, she didn't really keep a very tidy house.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so I think all of y'all was concerned there's no telling what could have been in there.
Yeah.
It could have been insect. It could have been any. But there was a lot of chocolate and fudge. That's all I cared about.
Yeah. I don't know what could have been in it, but
people were shocked that I was sitting there eating it.
Yeah, that was the information that did not get relayed to you.
The new guy in the family should get that sort of information.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they thought, we'll see if he sticks around. And then,
you want to tell about your grandmother's, what we did to your grandmother, your poor grandmother?
I'll do that after we take a break,
Christmas.
because that's a little longer story though. But also your on the other side of your family, the family that lives in Coleman, they're the Kilgos. If anybody knows any Kilgos in the Cold Springs area, that's Andrea's crew. And they, your cousin Tina, she makes these things that she calls armadillo eggs or something like that.
Yeah, we never heard of them. Tina came up with these things, as
Yeah.
far as we know.
I don't know where she found it, but I loved them because it was like sausage and cream cheese all in like a jalapeno pepper that's been, cored out,
I have no idea how she made them, but
and they were delicious. But she's gone away from making them now.
yeah, all the men really like these because I guess that they're really spicy.
They're not super
I
spicy.
couldn't take. There were certain she could make them like
She had two different
mild,
kinds, yeah,
or
there
she
were
could
two
make them
different
really
kinds.
spicy. But like I couldn't take just the mild; it's too much.
Well, it was really good, and she's kind of laid off making them the last couple years, and we're going to see them this weekend, and I doubt they'll be there.
I think she got tired of making them.
Maybe
she
so.
wanted to venture and do other things.
And I know. When the only guy that is going to eat them is James, I understand. You don't want to take all that time.
My favorite thing about foods from Christmas is always the desserts. My mom and dad always would make divinity, and they would do it together because it took two people to do it. Like while it's beating, you have to have somebody else pour the syrup like really slowly into the egg whites.
Yeah.
And when I got older, I got to help with the process too of like getting it to the wax paper before it got too hard because it gets hard really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my favorite dessert growing at Christmas time. We always did it at Christmas time.
Well, but that's another thing. Like, I don't know the last time your mom made those.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been a long time.
It's been years.
And everybody liked it.
The last time I tried to make it at our house, I messed up our stand mixer.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was too much for it, and so it just gave up.
Yeah, you overloaded that sucker.
Yeah,
It got too thick too fast.
it got too thick, and I just kept trying to whip it, and it broke the mixer. So,
Now, one thing before we go to a break, because I'll take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about kind of some funnier stuff, Christmas pranks and stuff that have happened over the years. But did you have any decorations that you remember from a kid? Because that's one thing that really sticks out in my mind is decorations.
yeah, seems like we had a lot of like mice in Santa costumes. I can remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember those things.
A lot of those.
Those real plastic-looking mice?
Yeah.
With big ears?
With big ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had the bubble lights, of course. And then the tinsel you threw all over the tree. Trees just used to look a lot different than they do now, too.
Yeah.
A lot more elaborate trees now than how they
Yeah.
were. We had the old artificial tree that you had for years.
Oh, yeah.
That was barely hanging together, where you had to put the limbs in the slots.
Well, yeah, it was like little pipe cleaners almost is
Yeah.
what it was like.
And you had to put it in the slots and, feather it out.
I think it was color-coded.
Yeah, it was color coded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And none of those trees look real. Like now, if you look at an artificial tree at
Yeah.
Home Depot or wherever, those things look pretty real.
Yeah, and they're expensive too.
Yeah.
But we had this tree, I don't know, it was probably 20 years old the last time we stopped using it.
And
It looked 20 years old.
yeah, it looked rough.
Yeah.
And I remember, like you said, like there'd be tinsel everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe people finally said, all this tinsel on these hot trees, it could be a fire hazard.
Yeah. And then my aunt, she sneezed while she was putting the tinsel on, and it got sucked up in her nose, and she almost died from the tinsel.
Tinsel got sucked in her nose?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which aunt was this?
A distant aunt.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't hear this story.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
I wasn't around
That's
for
why
that.
I don't use tinsel.
Man. And then I know ours went through it'd be different seasons. Like I remember as a little kid, there was tons of tinsel. And then my mom got into the fake snow, that you spray out of the can.
Went through the fake snow phase, yeah.
Oh my god! And she would just lather that tree down with fake snow.
And it had a smell. It was a good smell, actually.
Yeah, I did like the smell of the snow. It was almost like a Play-Doh smell.
Yeah, sort of like that.
And it had that aerosol smell to it. Like I'm sure little kids were getting high off that.
And we started having like the outdoor lights, except we had a very high roof on top, and I think I was about 8 or 9, and my dad was scared of heights, so I thought I'm just going to go up there and put the lights on. And I went up there with a staple gun at 8 years old and put lights on our house at the very highest point,
Right.
which CPS probably should have been called
Oh, they should have been called multiple times.
because at 8 or 9 I should not have been on our roof putting up
Right.
Christmas lights.
But one good thing about it is, if there's any guys out there right now that are listening, and you're looking for that lady that could be your lady for the rest of your life, if you can find somebody that'll climb up on the roof and put Christmas decorations up, that's going to save you a lot of time and hassle in the future. Because for anybody who's watching right now, and you're looking at sweet little Andrea over there, she's the one that has always climbed on our house and put
Yeah.
the Christmas decorations up.
Uh-huh. Pretty much anything that involves fixing the house up or any kind of hardware has fell to me.
Yeah. Well,
But
you
I
like it.
like that. Like
Yeah.
one of the things I think I asked his dad for Christmas was tools, because that's what I wanted, was tools to help fix up the house.
Yeah, and he looked at you like you were crazy.
He thought it was crazy.
Because he was like,
No woman needs tools.
yeah, yeah. And then I told him, I was like, hey, listen, you know how I am. Like, I don't need any tools because I'm not any good with tools. But hey, she's good with tools. Go ahead and hook her up. Get her
Yeah.
a pink bag or
I
something.
don't know if he believes that I was good with tools, but
Yeah.
I am.
Oh yeah. You're pretty fair at it.
Yeah.
And now one of the decorations that I'll never forget too is that when I was, and we kept this thing, we kept putting it up for years and years because it started when I was young, like 4 or 5 years old. And I think even when I moved out of the house to marry you, they would still put the thing up, and it was a cardboard, like fireplace and chimney.
Yeah.
Because living in the single wide,
Yeah. How was Santa going to get in?
right? So they bought a cardboard chimney, and it had a light bulb in the bottom of it, and a little thing that almost like a top that just went around it that would make it look like a flicker,
Yeah. I think I've seen those.
and it would show on the fake chimney in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be flickering. and
Made it look
everything.
real.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, it just didn't make any sense.
But you believed it, didn't you?
I don't know if I ever did. Now, my brother did.
Uh-huh.
Haven Phillips bought into it. He thought Santa was coming through that.
Cardboard chimney.
Yeah. But, he's more handsy now. Like, he can, or not handsy. That's not the right word. Please don't take that and run with it. He's a little more hands-on and handyman type. He's much better than me at that stuff. And but back in the day, he'd fall for stuff like that. And I'm trying to think if there were any other, like decorations.
I'd say Haven's more of a pure-hearted soul than you are. You're definitely more cynical.
Well, yeah, but I don't think. I mean, I'm a pretty nice fella.
Well, yeah, but you're just,
I think I'm on the nice list.
yeah, but you're not, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Caring?
That's wrong. That is false. Nobody believe that. She wouldn't be with me for 30 years if I wasn't caring. All right, I think we need to take a break now because it's on that 9:30 mark. So let's take a break here on Live at 9. We'll be back in just a few moments. Talk more Christmas memories from back in the day. If you guys have anything, call it in at 205-221-2222 or just let us know on the Facebook page. Put some comments. I'll share a few of those when we get back from the break. So take a break. We'll be right back here on Live at 9 with James Phillips on WJLX. You are listening to Live at Now with James Phillips on WJLX, and it is presented by Young Jewelers. We want to thank them. Hey, it's Christmas time. Go to Young's Jewelers. See me right here. Go to Young's Jewelers. Go get some stuff. We were talking about it yesterday. Andrea said she likes shiny things. She was giving me a hint there.
Yeah, all women want shiny things.
But Young's Jewelers they've been in business for over 70 years, and they are a just establishment in downtown Jasper. Go to historic downtown Jasper. Go talk to them. They wouldn't be in business for 70 years if they didn't do it right. And Debbie and Iris, they will hook you up and make you look like a genius for whoever you're giving that gift to.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Sorry.
Hey, you gotta pause that thing.
I'm sorry.
So we were talking about my little fake fireplace that I had as a child, and you said you guys. Y'all had a real fireplace and chimney, right?
We did. We had a real fireplace. It was wood burning. So every morning, my parents would have to get up and start the fire. So I think they would wait till after Santa Claus.
Well, I was going to say, I hope so.
They didn't, want to burn Santa Claus up. So they didn't start the fire till after Santa Claus had visited. But, we would hear the ho, 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 and we would wake up and we'd run in to the living room. And it was cold when we first went in because that was before they started the fire.
Yeah.
And then we'd see the presents. And then we couldn't open the presents, though, because we had to go and wake up our mom and dad and run. And, they would eventually make their way in there. And then we'd get to open the presents. And they'd start the fire. And so it was pretty cold on those mornings, too.
Well, I know your dad well enough to know that it was going to take him a little while to get in there because he had to get up. He had to have his cup of coffee or two. He had to blow a cigarette, and then he probably even made a sausage biscuit or something before y'all got started with gifts.
No, that came after. Couldn't wait that long.
Right. Now we've had some pranks over the years. We did one good one on my grandmother, but what else have we? There's been some other things.
My brother did one on my dad.
Yeah.
My dad, loves outdoors, loves animals. I don't know why this was so funny, and it was very dangerous and stupid. Mm-hmm. But my brother saw a dead raccoon on the side of the road on his way to my parents' house.
Yeah, on his way to the Christmas gathering. Yeah.
And he decides it'll be funny to play a prank on my dad and take it, box it up, wrap it at my mom's house, and give it as a Christmas present to my dad.
Yeah.
And he did that. And my dad opened it up, and he pulls out this dead raccoon. And, it was just disgusting. It was funny. We all laughed.
That was weird.
It was very weird and very gross, and surprised both of them didn't get some kind of disease from it, rabies or something.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
And now one thing, dads and gifts are weird too.
Now, let me say, my brother was probably 20 when he did that.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He was young and stupid.
He was old enough to know better than to pick up some roadkill. Yeah. I would think.
You'd think.
Dads, everybody says that dads are hard to buy. I think dads are easy to buy because we don't really care. You could get us anything,
That's true.
We'll be happy with it. But one thing that we got my dad one time, because we never knew what to buy him. He had everything that he needed. But years and years ago, when we first moved into the house that I grew up in, Andrea and I did when we first got married, and there were still things in there from my parents.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was in there was this old train set that my dad really liked. And I don't know if it was something somebody had given to him or if he bought it when I was young, but he really liked that train set. Mm-hmm. But he had left it there for years at that point. And Andrea threw it away. And that was not good.
Yeah, I don't remember throwing it away. But there was a lot of stuff that was left at the house that I probably did toss.
And so years later, I'm talking 20 years later, this was only a few years ago, mm-hmm. I thought, hey, it'd be cool if we get Dad a train set. He'll probably have a memory of that old train set that he liked so much. We found one that was on sale that was nice looking, mm-hmm. and thought, we'll get Dad a train set.
Yeah.
And we get him the train set, and he opened it, and it was like Nothing. And he almost looked angry because it made him think of when you threw away his train set that was beloved.
Yeah.
We got nothing. I don't know what happened to that train set. I never saw it put up.
No. I don't think he liked the train set.
He regifted that or he threw that thing away, I think. Now, yeah, probably our biggest prank that we ever did, we were dating at the time. We weren't married, so we were around 18, 19 years old, I guess.
Yeah, about 18 probably.
And we had gone to your family's Christmas gathering, right?
Yes.
In Coleman.
In Coleman.
And then on the way home, I had been thinking for a few days that I was going to do this. And my grandmother lived on the whole road in Summerton, right in front of B&F Lumber. She was in between the cable company and the car wash there, if anybody's familiar with Whole Road. And so she had these 2 deer that she had bought that were huge wooden deer.
White wooden deer.
Yeah, white, just majestic deer. And she loved them. She thought it was the neatest decorations that she'd ever had. And
your grandmother didn't decorate usually for Christmas.
No, not a lot.
Like only outside of her house, no.
Yeah, she had the Christmas tree that was pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
And she loved to get Christmas cards, and she would
Put
put them all over her
cards.
door frame.
Yeah.
And she would brag every year about how many friends she had because that's all the Christmas cards she got. You know? And so she didn't do a lot, but then she loved these deers. I think one of my uncles had given them to her.
Yeah.
And so she gets the deer put up every year. I think my Uncle Rick, he's not the one that bought the deer, but I think he's who ended up having to put them up.
Put them together.
Yeah. And I probably should have got with him before I did this because I thought they were like basically one piece.
Yeah.
And you just sat them up.
You had no idea they came in pieces.
Yeah. And so my idea was that I would take the deer and I would put them in a compromising situation.
Yes, because you were an 18-year-old boy and you thought it would be hilarious to put these deers in a compromising position.
And if you don't understand what I mean by a compromising situation, let's just say it looked like the deer were mating is what was in my head.
Yes.
We would make them look like they were mating. And so late that night, we come going through Summerton when we left Coleman. I knew my grandmother would already be asleep. This was on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
The next morning would be the day when all the family would show up. They'd show up at my grandmother's house. And what I thought is, okay, we're going to get these deer, and they're going to be propped up against each other, and everybody's going to come in, and they're going to be cracking up.
Yeah.
And, like, messing with Grandma about it and everything. And so I get out of the car. Andrea's driving because I figure we need a getaway driver.
I was the getaway driver.
Yeah.
You were the one that was going to
handle the deer.
Yeah.
But I knew that my grandmother, her bedroom window was really close to that front yard. Mm-hmm. And I also knew that my grandmother had always told me, if you ever come to my house late and you need in or you need help or whatever, you better be telling me, hey, Granny, it's James. Because she had a shotgun, and she would tell people, hey, I will shoot through the door.
Yeah, she's not afraid to use it.
Right. And so she would shoot somebody.
Yeah, she's like maybe close to 80. She's a little, 5-foot woman.
Yeah.
She wasn't going to take no chances. Yeah, she's going to shoot through the door.
Her name was Ruby Phillips, in case anybody knows her. And y'all will know, if you did know Ruby, she was a fire plug.
Yes.
And so I get out of the car. I'm trying to figure out what to do as far as, being quiet. I got to be stealthy on this thing. I get out there. I get the deer propped up. Didn't I? Did I get them propped up ever?
I don't know I think you just lifted.
No, what it was, yeah. I lifted the first deer to try to prop it up on the back of the other deer.
Yes.
And when I lifted it, this thing somehow was anchored in the ground that when you lift, it all falls apart.
Yes, it all came apart.
And every piece of that first deer fell to the ground and made a terrible noise. Like, it was so loud because all these wooden pieces are just clanging together, And so when that happens, I panic because I think Granny's got a gun and Granny's going to shoot me. And so I take off running to the car where Andrea's parked right in front of her house. I take off running. When I do, I run through the other deer and knock it into pieces. And so now we've got 2 dead wooden deers all over Grandma's house. I see the light in her room flick on, so I know she's coming to the door with a shotgun. And I jump in the car like I'm one of the Duke boys, and we take off, tires squealing.
Yeah, and I was panicking. I was like, she's going to catch us.
And you're freaking out. So all we know when we left, there's deer everywhere in the front yard, deer pieces all over the place. And Grandma is awake.
Yes.
So then you go to your house, I go back home to my house. The next morning I come to get you, and we go to my grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not the first people to arrive.
No, we're always late.
Yeah.
If you know James.
And so we get there, and basically the entire family is there. And I'm talking about extended family. This is not just my mom, dad, and kids. Like, this is everybody.
Yeah.
That you only see
family,
once, twice a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we get there, and when we do, you can tell it's just a different mood, you know. I think the deer were back up. I think poor Rick Watson.
Yeah, Rick Watson got those deer back up.
Yeah.
And I think everybody was in like a state of confusion over what happened to the deer.
Of what had happened with the deer. Who had messed with the deer, why, what was going on.
Yeah.
And so we get in the house, and everybody's talking about, like, as we walk by, you can tell they're talking about, oh, man, Granny's really upset about what had happened with her deer.
Something had happened to her deer.
Yeah, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. And I think, okay, I'm going to have to tell her. I'm going to have to tell her what was going on. I knew my grandmother would not get what we were trying to do because she didn't get my sense of humor ever.
Well, first, didn't she think like a...
No, I'm getting there.
Are you going to get there?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
getting there.
Okay.
So we go and I sit down with Grandma, and I think Andrea's with me to hear this conversation. And so I start telling Grandma, hey, I hear about your deer, you know, what's going on with your deer? And she starts telling me that during the middle of the night there was this awful noise, and that she got up to see what was going on, and that her deer were just everywhere in the yard. They were just torn apart. She didn't know what had happened, that she thought it was a pack of wild goats, which she lived in Summerton, Alabama, and I've never seen a pack of wild goats anywhere.
Through?
Yeah, never seen those goats. She said she thought it was a pack of wild goats, had somehow mistaken those deer for somebody they needed to beat up, I guess. And that pack of goats just beat the crap out of those deer.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
what
left
she
them
thought.
left them laying. Now, by the time she got her light on and got out with the gun, the goats had scurried. You know, obviously. So I'm thinking I got to tell her. I'm going to have to tell her as we're talking. And I tell her, I said, listen, Granny, I accidentally messed up your deer. And she looked at me like just bewildered.
Yeah.
You know? And I said, listen, here's what I was trying to do. I was trying to, you know, put the one deer up behind the other deer and make it look like it was doing something naughty. And I thought it'd be real funny when people came here and they'd see it and we'd all be laughing and all that good stuff. And she just looked at me. I don't think she even said a word. She just kept staring at me.
She gave you that look that she always gave you.
Yeah.
And it was just like in disbelief.
Right.
And then she'd just shake her head slowly, like, I just cannot believe this.
Right. And she would. She'd shake her head and she'd say, James. And that's all she'd say. And it wasn't like a disappointed James. It was a, I don't understand James, and I've never understood James.
Yeah.
Like my dad gave me the same look a lot of times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, but then after I tell that, then it starts going around the house that this is what has happened. And all you could hear was people cracking up laughing.
Yeah, that's
because we have solved the case of what had happened to the deer. And it was Crazy James doing it, and it wasn't the wild pack of goats.
Yeah.
And we still talk about that.
That has been one of our wildest Christmas stories ever.
Yeah. And so I could have been shot by my own grandmother, but I was able to get away. But that's probably my biggest Christmas memory, other than just being at my grandparents' house and all the noise. Like I talked about that at Thanksgiving time too, when I had Kelly Rigsby on here. Thanksgiving and Christmas was always the same. There'd be 100 people at my grandmother's house, and it did not hold that many people, but people were just busting out of everywhere. We were all eating, laughing and the noise, and we'd pass out gifts, and it was never anything extravagant. Like my grandmother every year pretty much gave us socks, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had the one uncle. He was the gift giver of the family. My Uncle Lynn, he just passed away a couple days ago. I almost said a couple years ago. A couple days ago, he passed away. He had gone down quickly, and but Lynn, I always thought he was the coolest guy because he looked just like Kenny Rogers, and he drove either a black or a navy blue Mustang. That's all he ever drove.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a single guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was divorced,
Mm-hmm.
single, just coolest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always smelled like a certain cologne.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the women that he went out with and stuff. You know, and he gave us. I think it was $50. It may have been $20 every year, but I think it was $50 every year.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my brother thought that we were rich when we got that cash
Yeah,
because he was the only person that gave us cash.
yeah.
And now I know it's because he was like a 40-something-year-old man that he didn't want to go through picking out gifts and stuff. He just wanted to give us some cash, but we loved it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so Lynn passed away a couple of days ago, and it's a good time of year for me to remember him because he was always that cool uncle, and he lived right up the street from us, so we saw him a good bit.
Yeah, he was always very nice to me.
Yeah.
He's great to our kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Anything else you got? Any other memories? It's 9:54. We got to clear the way for Woody here.
Let's see. Oh, talking about at your grandparents, we would go to my Papa Mara's. Usually, it was usually nighttime when we'd have our party there, and Mama Morrow. And before she was diabetic, but she still would make the sweetest punch and put it in her nice punch bowl. And she made fudge, so she did not stop with, she didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't.
She was diabetic. She
Yeah.
was going to make it. I think she did end up making like the sugar-free punch later on, but
Nobody was drinking.
nobody drank that except for she did maybe. Maybe she drank the real stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Papa Mara would always give us a $50 bill, and we always look forward to getting Papa Mara's money.
Oh yeah, I did too. Because once I started dating you,
And he even gave you
I got grandfathered into that. Yeah.
bill. Yeah.
Even before we were married, I think it was not the first Christmas that I met everybody, but that second one, I think I got $50.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knew I deserved it for putting up with you for a year. He was like, "Yeah,
I don't
give him
think
$50."
I think he thought she was a pretty lucky guy.
He did.
Because me and Papa Mara, he was, really special to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anything else? I mean, Christmas changes every year, and I know everybody out there, you've gone through different things this year, and it's Christmas time now, and we talked a few days ago with the heart counselors about this time of year and how it can be tough with grief, and I just mentioned, I lost my dad this year, lost one of my uncles a couple of days ago, and it's definitely a different. Kids are growing, things are changing, but Christmas comes every year, and it's always special. There's always a special time if we can just look and find that. Even the last few days, I've been depressed and down and thinking, man, I don't know how much more I can take some days. But you look at Christmas and the thing about Christmas is there's always hope, and hope is coming, and hope came on that first. It wasn't December 25th, if I want to get technical, but hope came on that first Christmas, and hope's still here.
Also, one of my favorite times is to go like to a candlelight lit service. Usually, is it like Christmas Eve night or sometime?
We
like
like
that?
Christmas Eve. Yep.
Yeah, and just going to a candlelight service and the sense of peace and hope that usually comes from that, and just going into Christmas knowing what it's really for, and it is about being around your family and creating those memories and just being around each other that you love.
Yep. So, I guess that's it for today.
Yeah.
The hour has flown by. It always does when you're in here because we can just chit chat.
We're just used to talking.
Woody told us yesterday that he was listening in on us, and he said, "Well, y'all are just like an old married couple." And I said, "Well, we are an old married couple.
Yep.
You can tell." Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow, special live at 9 tomorrow. I'm going to put out a little graphic here in a minute on our Facebook page. Santa Claus is coming to Live at 9 with James Phillips. Cannot wait to have Santa Claus here.
Santa.
Yeah. So I may not be able to keep Andrea away again. She may be here for 3 days in a row, just so she can see Santa.
Yeah.
But Santa will be here. If you guys want to call and talk to him, be more than happy for you to call in tomorrow. Also, we'll have you can put things. If you want to put some Santa requests on the Facebook page, do that. We'll make sure that he gets them and that he can respond back to you tomorrow. So, guys, thanks for listening as always. Thanks to Young's Jewelers for sponsoring. And until tomorrow, be kind and love, and we'll see you tomorrow on Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX.